bicep completely off the bone. I think what the doctor said is, you know, you came from throwing so many lariats every time you hit someone with them with such force, it just, you know, weakened the tendon. Finally, it just severed completely. So I tore the bicep off completely, and you know, the long and the short of it, you can see here, you know, you've got two muscles. You've got the brachius, which is the big muscle over there, and the bicep actually runs underneath that, and it's what you turn your palm up and down from. That's the one that I've torn in this arm. The trouble with that is, of course, that if they want to do surgery, they have to open me up completely, go underneath this big brachius muscle and reattach it. But he said, looking at the MRI, that basically the end of the tendon looks like a mop head because it's just so shredded from all the injuries. And he said, even if he has the surgery, there's no guarantee that's going to work. Might be out for 4 months, you know. So what he said is, he said you give it a month, let it heal, let it scar where it will be, make sure the whole elbow's healed, and hopefully you won't need surgery, because then you're going to be, you know, screwed completely. So, you know, I just hope that, you know, I appreciate the fans, you know, sticking by me. I appreciate Ring of Honor giving me a chance and not just taking the belt from me straight away. It just kills me not to be able to be on a show like this, you know. I mean, shows like this come along once in a lifetime, you know. A legend like Masao, and to have to sit here and look at my arm and never get this opportunity again, it just kills me. But I just gotta look at the future, you know. I'm just gonna think about the future and know that I want a long time with this belt. I don't want to just have one more match and then be out and that'll be the end of it. So as tough as it is to do, I'm just gonna have to suck it up and remember that there's gonna be, you know, big matches down the line. I've got to be ready for those. So can you understand?
I got it. Thanks so much, Nigel, and hope to see you back for Final Battle.
Independence Hall, the birthplace of a revolution. Our country was founded by men that perhaps 230 years ago were called insurgents. Well, tonight, you're looking at these 3 insurgents. And myself, we are the age of the fall. As we stand in front of Independence Hall, thinking about revolutions past, where do they occur now? See, these men here, they fought for something. They picked up guns. You think they would have gone on a message board and complained about, oh, King John's really screwing us now? No, they picked up guns. So the age of the fall, Tyler Black Lacey, Necro Butcher, myself, we bear arms. Tyler?
Yeah, you know what? We fight for something. We fight for freedom. And it may not be freedom from oppression, freedom from another country. It may not be religious, but you know what? It's a fight within. And it's something we have to do, and it's a choice you have to make. Are you with us, or are you against us?
And it seems so many of you are against us. Do you know why? Do you know why I think you're against us? Because we make you think, and you hate thinking. You'd rather just fall in line. You'd rather walk right in front, right behind the person in front of you. You know what they say about walk-behinders? The view never changes. Well, we changed the view. And in front of Independence Hall, we start our revolution.
It is November 2nd, 2007. Ring of Honor is here at the National Guard Armory in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the first of 2 nights celebrating Glory by Honor 6 weekend. Dave Prazak joined at this time by Lenny Leonard, a historic weekend for ROH.
Always an exciting event when Ring of Honor can return back to Philadelphia where it all began. And tomorrow night we go to night 2 in Manhattan, New York City.
Team number 1 will be accompanied by Shane Hagedorn at a combined weight of 477 pounds, representing the Hangman 3, Brent Albright and B.G. Whitmer.
You know, it's hard to believe, Lenny Leonard, that we are at Glory by Honor 6. The years have truly flown by.
Dave, it seems like it was just yesterday, Glory by Honor 1, where Samoa Joe made his debut against Low Key, and Glory by Honor 2, where Terry Funk took on CM Punk. Glory by Honor 3, Mick Foley made his ROH debut, and who could forget number 4, where Bryan Danielson won the world title.
First Glory by Honor 5 last year, celebrated over the course of 2 nights. The legendary Bruno Sammartino was in attendance, and this weekend should be no different as we have the ROH debut of one of the most legendary professional wrestlers in Japanese wrestling history. Pro Wrestling known as Mitsuharu Misawa comes to Ring of Honor this weekend.
Introducing next, at a combined weight of 419 pounds, the team of Kevin Steen and the generic luchador, El Generico.
Tag team action to start off tonight's event here in Philadelphia as 2 representatives of the Hangman 3, BJ Whitmer and Brent Albright, accompanied by Shane Hagedorn, set to take on Kevin Steen and El Generico.
Adam Pearce conspicuous by his absence here tonight. You heard Shane Hagedorn at the opening say, "This one's for you, Adam." Well, where the heck is Pearce tonight?
I haven't heard anything about exactly where Adam Pearce is, why he is missing, but Whitmer and Albright, 2 tough customers in and outside of that ring, as now BJ Whitmer going to work on Kevin Steen on the floor.
This matchup coming about after an incident at the October 6th pay-per-view taping, and they are certainly going at it right at the opening here on the floor. Albright pounding away on Steen, right hands to the midsection.
Just tearing away at the face of Kevin Steen. All 4 of these men, excellent tag team wrestlers. The Hangman 3 looking to really make their presence felt here in Ring of Honor. They did it in a big way when they formed their group, stapling the mask of Delirious to his face.
You gotta wonder if that incident's in the back of the mind of El Generico. Do they have the same thing in store for him tonight?
I haven't seen a staple gun at ringside, thankfully. As right now, it's both Whitmer and Albright going to work on Generico inside the ring. As Kevin Steen still trying to pull himself up on the floor.
Driven head over heels into the guardrail, still feeling it out on the floor. As both Whitmer and Albright go to work on Generico off the ropes. Generico puts on the brakes. Kicks away at Albright. Elevated, but catches a drop kick on Albright.
El Generico doing a good job of fighting off both men by himself as he's firing away on BJ Whitmer. But the knee to the midsection takes away that momentum, as it looks like this is going to be breaking down into a conventional tag team matchup. The referee has been able to restore some sort of order. We have 2 men inside the ring and 2 on the apron, and a nice kick right there from El Generico as he keeps control of BJ Whitmer and brings him to his own corner. Makes the tag, in comes Kevin Steen.
Whitmer goes face first to the buckle, and the big man, Kevin Steen, the powerhouse of this team, tags in, putting the bad mouth on Brent Albright as Whitmer sent off the ropes. Drop toe hold by Generico. Flipping leg drop right over the back of the neck by Kevin Steen. Don't let the guy's size fool you. He can fly.
Yeah, he's a very agile wrestler. He's been known to tip to the air off the top rope as well. Steen and Generico have really made their mark here in ROH as a tag team force during their feud against Jay and Mark the Briscoes, their current ROH World Tag Team Champions.
Snapmare and a diving elbow to the back of the neck by Steen. Quickly goes for a cover, hooks the leg, but Whitmer is able to get the shoulder up. Cutting the ring off in half here. The boot placed on the turnbuckle. Face first goes Whitmer. And another quick tag by Generico. Good teamwork here from Steen and Generico.
Arm chop across the chest of BJ Whitmer. Generico likes to have a little bit more fun in the ring. Kevin Steen, more no-nonsense, serious wrestler, just wanting to pick up those victories. But they do work well as a unit.
Well, they play off each other's strengths. You've got Generico, the speedy high flyer, and the powerhouse in Kevin Steen. They accentuate each other's positives very well inside the ring. And Brent Albright, speaking of power, he is straight out power as he holds Generico high overhead in a delayed vertical suplex before snapping him down to the canvas.
And all the blood rushing to the head of El Generico, going for the cover, but only gets a near fall. And now it looks like the Hangman 3 are looking to cut the ring in half to keep Generico away from his corner and being able to tag in Kevin Steen.
We're clubbing away on the back of Generico to the midsection. Knife edge chop to the chest as Todd Sinclair asks him to bring Generico out of the corner, but he responds with a headbutt and another chop. Generico trying to fire back, but it's BJ Whitmer coming out on the better end momentarily.
Single-handed knuckle lock from Generico. Overhand chop across the chest, and now great show of his balance and agility, but BJ Whitmer's power won out.
Put the brakes on Generico's attempt at that DDT and just launched him overhead into the turnbuckles and gets a 2 count.
BJ Whitmer, one of the most accomplished tag team wrestlers in ROH history. We'll see just what kind of a force he and Albright, or he and Adam Pearce, the other member of the Hangman 3, can do as a unit in tag team action during the months to come.
Another quick tag from Albright to Whitmer. Makes his way back in as Albright holds Generico wide open for a chop to the chest. And a second one. Albright holds him in position, backbreaker, down across the knee as Whitmer off the second drives the knee right to the jaw.
Good teamwork shown right there by Whitmer and Albright. Whitmer very pleased with himself. Rolls El Generico over and goes for the cover, but only gets 2. It's Adam Pearce just getting into the head of a wrestler like BJ Whitmer that has caused him to have an attitude change as of late.
Pearce is a master manipulator. He's gotten to Albright, he's gotten to Whitmer, and he's got Hagedorn, the manservant, doing his bidding here tonight on the outside. Another tag into Albright.
Another drop toe hold right up against that second rope as Albright swings through with the knee right to the face of El Generico, and the German suplex to follow up. But Generico kicks out very close to his corner. See if he can make that tag and get a fresh Kevin Steen into the match.
Very close, reaching out with everything he had. Steen as well, but BJ Whitmer puts a stop to that, clubbing down on the chest of El Generico. Couple of words for the fans here in Philly as he turns his attention back to the masked man.
See another suplex coming up as Generico has his arm outstretched, trying to get to his corner to tag.
Whitmer gets shoved into the elbow of Steen. Generico through the legs and makes the tag.
In comes Kevin Steen, ducking the clothesline, forearms Albright to the floor. Big boot to the side of the face of BJ Whitmer, and Kevin Steen with the missile dropkick off the ropes.
We said the big man could take to the air, and he did just that. That catches Albright coming in. Step up enziguri on the back of the head.
Good combination right there from Kevin Steen. Has Albright down on the floor, but Whitmer getting back to his feet behind him. Duck of the clothesline, boot to the gut. Could be looking for the package pile driver right here.
Trying to end it, but Whitmer able to save himself with a back body drop. Crossbody from Generico.
Pounding away on BJ Whitmer now. But back in comes Brent Albright and connects on El Generico from behind, sending him to the floor.
Forearm shots on Steen in the corner. Albright sends him for the ride. Steen hits the buckles. Right into the waiting arms of Albright. Overhead, belly to belly.
And keep your eye on BJ Whitmer all the way to the top rope. He goes. Frog splash connects. Only to El Generico there to make the save.
Generico at the very last second able to dive from the floor to break up that pin attempt and save Kevin Steen. Pitched out to the floor again. Albright goes out after him, but Generico landed on his feet and then turned around and caught Albright with a drop kick.
Whitmer with Kevin Steen now, but there's Generico to save his partner. And now focusing on Whitmer himself. Can he get the maneuver this time? He went for it before. Catches the head and plants him with the DDT.
Steen quickly to his feet. Down across the knee.
There's Brent Albright to save his partner and break up the pin attempt. Goes to work on Generico now. Forearm shot from Brent Albright. Hits the ropes. Elevated up and over and all the way out to the floor. Big Yakuza kick in the corner. And wipes out Albright with the dive to the floor, but there's Kevin Steen on Whitmer. Down he goes. And now Steen going to take flight. Kevin Steen and El Generico with the victory, but there's Shane Hagedorn, powder right into the eye. Steen and Generico score the victory in this matchup, but there's Brent Albright just putting the boots to the men who picked up the win here. And now Shane Hagedorn helping Whitmer back to his feet. They're gonna focus on Kevin Steen. Half Nelson suplex from Brent Albright after the bell.
Oh, the impact right on the back of the neck of Kevin Steen.
And now Whitmer with El Generico. Brainbuster. The Hangman 3 standing tall after this match.
Adam? I got Adam on the phone. I'm going to tell him everything. I'll tell him all about it. Kevin Steen, El Generico, you just got a little taste of what happens when you stick your nose in the Hangman's business. Kevin Steen and El Generico, you might be out there with your hands raised, but brothers, let me tell you something. We walked out of that ring tonight the winners. You might have won the battle, but we won the war. Delirious? That's right. Delirious, let that be just a little message to you. That's right, you clown. We're taking you out next, Delirious. Introducing first, from Sleepy Hollow, weighing 193 pounds, Hello Wicked! Introducing next, from the United Banks of Switzerland, weighing 239 pounds, Claudio Castagnoli.
The Code of Honor followed by both combatants in your next contest, the masked Hello Wicked to take on Double C Claudio Castagnoli.
Referee Paul Turner asking for the bell, and Claudio Castagnoli asking for hay from the crowd here in Philadelphia.
We get a lot of haze from these fans, very supportive of Double C, who has had an excellent year here in 2007, where he's won that Race to the Top tournament, defeating El Generico in the finals.
Also the memorable feud against Chris Hero after the team of Hero and Claudio broken up by super agent Larry Sweeney.
Taking the services of Larry Sweeney was Chris Hero, and with his alliance with Sweet and Sour Incorporated, Chris Hero basically turning his back on Double C. It has resulted in a bitter war between these two men and some very exciting matches.
Claudio, of course, also coming within a millisecond of becoming the ROH World Champion against Takeshi Morishima. And, of course, Claudio certainly looking for 2008 to really be another big year for him here in Ring of Honor.
Without a doubt, and Hallowicked has made his presence felt here in Ring of Honor competition. A very bright future himself. As right now, it's Claudio Castagnoli holding onto that side headlock on Hallowicked, a very quick competitor.
Claudio back to his feet, as is Hallowicked. Single leg pickup takes Claudio down to the canvas. Drop down by Claudio, up and over. Leapfrog by Castagnoli. Hallowicked rolls through. Both men back on their feet. Right onto the shoulders, but an arm drag by Hallowicked takes Claudio down. Bipasso off the ropes. Went for a backdrop and an arm drag by Claudio. Both men again back to their feet. Leapfrog right into a pinning combination.
Was able to catch Claudio out of midair and turn that into a cover. And now places him up top, but kicking away at the arm of Hallowicked and taking the masked man down. Cover by Castagnoli. Right into a near fall right there for Hallowicked. Both men just fighting for pinfalls, and both back to their feet.
Neither man able to gain a clear-cut advantage as they go back and forth. Lariat attempt ducked by Hallowicked. Head scissors very effectively takes Castagnoli off his feet. Back up in the corner. Run up the legs of Castagnoli and connecting with a kick to the side of the head. Cover!
Hallowicked has been very impressive in the past, but needs a win here to stay on the roster in Ring of Honor competition. It's all about the wins and losses as he launches Castagnoli into the center of the ring off the top rope. And again, trying for that pinfall.
And he knows how important this matchup is, and you can see at every opportunity trying to go for pinfalls. He knows he needs to pick up a win here. And what a win over a guy like Claudio Castagnoli that would be for the career of a Hallowicked.
Hallowicked looking to put him away here, looking to take away his energy and keep the man grounded.
Certainly wants to eliminate the size advantage that Claudio has, and the good way to do that is to keep him off of his feet. Arm drag again, takes Double C down, leg drop right across the throat. Another quick cover attempt here, hooks the leg. One more time, Double C gets the shoulder up at 2.
With all the momentum that Claudio has had on his side the past few months, it would mean a lot for Hallowicked to be able to put a stop to that here in Philadelphia tonight. Chopping away at the chest of Castagnoli. It's Wicked driving his shoulder into the midsection of Double C in the corner.
Snapmare by Wicked. Claudio right to the center of the ring. Another cover attempt. Hooks the legs. One more time. Double C gets the shoulder up before the count of 3. Claudio trying to dig down here. The fans urging him back to his feet.
And giving him that encouragement that he needs. Hallowicked sends him into the ropes. Ducks the big boot attempt and connects with the bicycle kick of his own, sending Hallowicked down.
Yeah, Claudio was able to duck the kick attempt. Hallowicked not as lucky, and he got planted. And once again, body slam by Castagnoli, climbs to the second. Walking the ropes and drops the elbow right across the chest. Cover.
Only able to get 2. Castagnoli, though, getting a burst of energy here. See if he can keep the momentum on his side as he's got hold of the legs of Hallowicked. And now the giant swing from Claudio.
Drops him down to the canvas after losing his own balance. Goes for a quick cover. Did not hook the leg, and Hallowicked able to kick out.
A maneuver such as that takes away your opponent's equilibrium as well as your own. So now he's just waiting for Hallowicked to get back to his feet. Castagnoli going for the European uppercut, caught by Hallowicked, elevated sky high.
Great impact on the back as well as the neck of Claudio. Gets the shoulder up at 2.
Hallowicked looking to capitalize. Going for that Fisherman Buster. Big boot from Wicked.
Oh, able to hit it the second time after it was avoided by Double C earlier on in the match, and another 2 count.
And now it's Wicked waiting for Claudio to get back up to a standing position. Now Wicked off the ropes. Claudio catches him up on the shoulders and drops him down chest first. Running European uppercut and a cover.
Here is your winner, Claudio Castagnoli.
Another victory for Double C Claudio Castagnoli. Tomorrow night, a huge opportunity as he steps into the ring against Naomichi Marufuji in New York City.
Hold up 1 second. Claudio Castagnoli, everybody here knows the history between us. You don't like me, and guess what, Paul? I don't like you. In fact, just the sight of you is making me a little bit sick to the stomach. In fact, I find your presence so annoying that I've got a deal for you. I'm gonna buy you out of your Ring of Honor deal. Right here. Right now, that's right. I'm gonna pay for your contract with Ring of Honor to be deceased. Huh? And guess what, Claudio? There's something in it for you. Huh? Larry Sweeney's a good guy. Huh? I sold Seidel to Vince, and I'm gonna do the same for you. Everybody knows that you were about to leave this place once before, and with the contract in my hand, there could be no better time. Huh? So what do you say, Claudio? We in business, I'm gonna sell you up the river just like I did to Seidel. What do you say? Larry Sweeney. Your contract will come in very handy. The next time Claudio Castagnoli runs out of toilet paper. I love Ring of Honor. And let me make you a promise right here, right now. Larry Sweeney, one day I'll get my hands on you and I'll give you the beating you deserve. You're gonna pay, Claudio! You are going to pay! Weighing 207 pounds, representing No Remorse Corps, Davey Richards. 189 pounds, Delirious!
Davey Richards of the No Remorse Corps set to face Delirious. The opening bell sounds and Delirious is ready to go.
Davey Richards wanting no part of the code of honor, no love lost between the No Remorse Corps and Delirious. Bit of a loose end on the part of Delirious to try and tie up here, as he never had a chance to get any revenge on Davey Richards after the feud between himself and the No Remorse Corps. Wanted a singles match against Richards, and he's finally got his hands on him here in Philadelphia.
They wind up in the ropes. Delirious out to the apron.
And Davey, you see him gesturing at Delirious. He was this close to locking in that Kimura, and he certainly was.
Known to get many submission victories out of his opponents, focusing on the arm and the shoulder and forcing him to tap out. Delirious knows that that's coming, and yes, he's finally able to get his hands on Richards one-on-one here this evening in Philadelphia.
Of course, still has the Hangman 3 in his sights. We mentioned earlier the incident back in Hartford when they stapled the mask to his face, so he certainly hasn't forgot about Adam Pearce and his crew, but right now it's Davey Richards, and they lock up collar and elbow in the center.
A lot of enemies on the list of Delirious at this point in time as he works his way into a side headlock on Richards. Firing away at the midsection of the Masked Man. Sends Delirious into the ropes. Goes for the shoulder tackle, not budging. Delirious just getting right into his face. Hits the ropes again. But Davey staying on his feet.
Rich is very well put together, very muscled athlete, but Delirious unable to take him off his feet until the single leg does the trick and an elbow to the small of the back. Arm drag by Delirious, rolls through. Right into a pinning combination. Only able to get to him, trying to go for the Cobra stretch. And just as earlier on, it was Davey Richards going for his submission finisher and becoming very close to applying it. This time it was Delirious, but Richards able to roll out to the floor.
The Cobra clutch, bridging up. The Cobra stretch of Delirious, a submission hold that has earned him many a victory. So if it comes down to a battle of submissions, could be Delirious that gets the victory at Davey Richards' expense. But Davey trying to set the pace, taking his time, getting back inside the ring now. Delirious ready to go. Of course, he is the new head trainer of the ROH Wrestling Academy. For more information on that, you can visit ROHWrestling.com as Davey Richards kicking away at the legs of Delirious, chopping away at the chest.
Delirious with a reversal, and it's Richards off the ropes. Drop toe hold. Richards goes down face first, and one more time, quickly, the Cobra stretch attempted by Delirious. Smartly, Richards back to his feet. Drops down all the weight into the corner. The momentum takes Delirious face first to the buckle.
Catches the leg of Richards and biting away at the leg.
Caught it right between his teeth.
Delirious a little unorthodox, yet effective. Inverted atomic drop has Davey Richards in the corner. Leaping forearm strike. It's got Davey up on his shoulders now. Drops him down to the mat. Back senton down across the back of Richards.
Delirious a little bit slow going for the cover there. Did not hook the leg, and Richards able to kick out. Clutching at his back as Delirious plots his next move.
We've seen him go for the Cobra stretch twice now. Hard chop across the chest. Of course, he doesn't have a wrestler the caliber of Davey Richards weakened enough at this point in the contest to really lock it in and be able to get that submission victory. Davey still with enough energy to power his way out of it, as now Delirious, big leapfrog off the top rope. And an STO from Richards takes away all of that momentum.
Yeah, the back of Delirious's head crashing to the canvas. And now it's Richards looking to turn the tide as he has the advantage here. Grabs Delirious by the mask.
Sends Delirious through the ropes and out to the floor, where the No Remorse Corps is at home, looking to do some damage with the guardrails. Right into the steel goes Delirious.
Davey Richards, very dangerous competitor, not just out on the floor, but inside the squared circle as well. You can ask Eric Stevens, currently out of action, courtesy of Davey Richards. That arm injury suffered last month at the hands of Richards.
Eric Stevens of the Resilience sidelined with that injury. Just shows just how vicious the NRC can be. Body slam on the floor.
No regard whatsoever for the well-being of their opponents.
Come on, skinny guy, come on.
Fans getting on the case of Davey Richards here.
In the ring.
Very confident wrestler. He can back it up with his skills inside the ring.
Clubbing down on the back of Delirious. Pitching him under the bottom rope and following him in.
The damage has been done out on the floor, though.
And Delirious slow to get to his feet. Richards going to give him a little bit of help. Goes behind. High angle belly to back suplex. Nicely done. Does not hook the leg. Delirious powers out.
He's trying to
power out again.
Yeah, trying to force the shoulders of Delirious against the canvas, but not staying down. The masked man continuing to fight. Besides the Kimura lock that we mentioned, Davey Richards also known to utilize the DR driver, the butterfly brainbuster, to try to get pinfall wins. Big clothesline from Richards. Just looking to wear out Delirious here. As referee Paul Turner checking on his condition, while Davey Richards just trying to incite some of these fans here in Philly.
Yeah, once again, Delirious' head bouncing off the canvas. All the impact after that clothesline. Delirious in a bad way right now as Richards clamps in a rear chin lock, but Delirious quickly gets back to his feet. Forearms to the rib cage, trying to free himself, does so off the ropes. Call with a forearm from Richards. One more time off the ropes. This time met with a drop kick.
Well, the adrenaline is starting to flow through the body of Delirious, but every time he approaches Davey, he gets knocked right back down. But now it's Delirious, avoiding Richards in the corner and driving the arm across the chest repeatedly. But headbutts from Richards. Chop right across the chest, and again.
Richards able to absorb all of those blows in the corner and fire back off the ropes. Des press. Raining down forearms, lefts and rights, but Delirious trying to get the arms up. Cross arm breaker.
But Delirious has his hands locked together, preventing full extension on the hold. Does have his shoulders against the canvas, though. Richards almost getting a pinfall victory there as Delirious maneuvers his body so that his foot can reach the bottom rope, and Richards is forced to release the cross arm breaker.
And Delirious was maybe a second or two away from having to give it up before he was able to get that foot on the bottom rope. But has he softened him up enough now for the Kimura? As that arm trapped in hammerlock position. Northern Light suplex with a bridge.
Did damage with the Northern Light suplex, but also crashing down on the arm of Delirious, trying to soften him up to get that Kimura submission. Focusing on the arm once again, just bending the arm backward.
Hammerlock applied once again, and now a neck bridge by Richards. More pressure on the shoulder and the elbow of Delirious.
The referee checking on Delirious to see if he needs to give it up. In a lot of pain with this hold. And continuing to do further damage to that body part. Driving down with the knees, Davey Richards.
Well-placed knee right to the joint of the elbow. And Delirious in the corner, trying to buy some time as Richards kicks away at the chest. Drags him back to the center, snap suplex. Floats over, does not hook the leg, and again, Delirious gets the shoulder up.
Again, just looking to wear Delirious out here. More pressure put on the shoulder and the arm in this position as Delirious realized how close he was to the ropes and forced a break. Needs to keep Davey Richards away from more damage on that arm.
Trying to fire away with forearms, knife edge chop to the chest, but one kick to the midsection sends Delirious back to the corner. Richards charges, drop toe hold, face first to the buckle.
He's got Richards down in the corner, Delirious to his feet. Panic attack.
Oh, he completely wiped him out in the corner.
Davey Richards looks a little bit out of it as well, but Delirious, so much has been taken out of him, he can't immediately follow up or go for a cover on Davey Richards, though he does have him stunned, the referee administering a double count.
Richards glassy-eyed in the corner as Delirious trying to get some feeling back into that arm. Both men struggle back to their feet. Forearm from Delirious. Series of them.
Come on, Richard!
Asking Richards to bring it on, lefts and rights. Not very effective, and Delirious firing again. Shots to the midsection. Off the ropes he goes. Lariat takes him down. One more time off the ropes with momentum.
Duck of the clothesline. Delirious off the ropes again. Changing direction left and right. The leaping Lariat finally takes him down. Cover. Only two.
Took a couple of attempts on the part of Delirious before he was able to hit it. Finally does and gets another near fall.
Davey Richards trying to pull himself up. Is he worn down enough for Delirious to lock in the Cobra stretch and get the submission victory? Going for the Cobra clutch. He's got it cinched in. Davey trying to fight it off.
Arm drags his way out. Back to his feet. Delirious avoids the clothesline, clubbing to the back.
Here it is, driver. But only two for Delirious.
So close to putting away Richards right there, but he did get the shoulder up just in time.
Delirious favoring that arm that Davey Richards has focused on, but trying to stay on offense.
Certainly has Richards stunned, needs to capitalize while he has the advantage. Front face lock. Richards frees himself. Forearms and headbutts to the bicep.
Continuing to work over that arm.
Delirious catches him with an elbow coming off the ropes. Driven back first to the turnbuckle by Davey Richards. Chops and headbutts in the corner.
Combination from Davey Richards sends Delirious across the ring. Big running forearm smash in the corner. And connects with the enziguri upside the head of Delirious. Bridging German suplex. Only a near fall. Richards now going for the Kimura. Can he get the submission victory out of Delirious here? He's focused on that arm for the duration of the contest.
Got it really locked in. Look at the angle of the elbow of Delirious behind his back. But somehow Delirious struggles and gets his foot on the ropes.
Gotta hand it to Delirious. Despite all the damage done to the arm, despite the pain shooting through his body, he hung in there and was able to get to the ropes to stay in this match.
Might just be a matter of time, though, before Richards cinches it in one more time and is able to put him away. And he's trying to soften him up some more.
Wraps that arm around the top rope and delivers the chop right across the chest. Davey Richards, handspring, but Delirious with the headbutt right to the midsection of Richards.
It caught him coming off the rope and drove his head right to the midsection.
Going for the Cobra stretch once again. He's got the Cobra clutch. Cobra clutch suplex. Can Delirious go for a cover here? He does. But Richards kicks out right into the Cobra stretch. Turns him over. Submission predicament now. Davey Richards could give it up.
And now Richards has to see if he can dig down and make his way to the ropes to force the break.
Rolls him over. Oh, 2 count right there. Kick right to the rib cage. And now it looks like Delirious is going to go up top, take a chance, known for the backsplash off the top. All the way to the top rope he goes, but a kick to the midsection from Richards.
Tombstone pile driver, and locks in the Kimura.
Can Delirious hang in there? No, he's forced to tap out. Too much damage done to the arm.
Here is your winner by submission, Davey Richards.
Delirious puts up a very competitive effort, but Davey Richards scores another win with the Kimura. Delirious is now after the Hangman 3, while the No Remorse Corps has to look out for the Vulture Squad here in Ring of Honor.
Richards going up to Delirious. He's got his hand extended. It was a great competitive match between two tremendous athletes. Oh, but what disrespect. He just smacks him in the back of the head. No respect whatsoever by Davey Richards shown to Delirious.
Empty buildings and empty lots. We're at Walmart, the place is packed. Cars all throughout the parking lot. Here, what used to be a thriving neighborhood, we stand on the street corner and what? See a destroyed building over here? Nothing but garbage here. Mom and Pop used to have a little place here, a little dime store. I used to shop here, but now they take their business elsewhere.
Yeah, you know, they tear it down. And it's not just this building, it's not just that empty lot, it's all along here. Every store. They tear it down and they're gonna build something new, something bigger, something better. But guess what? In 5 years and 10 years, the Walmarts of the world, the Ikeas of the world, the mega stores, big business, it's all gonna crumble, it's all gonna fall.
See? The age of the fall, we wage a war of action. We're not sitting idly beside. We're gonna do something about it. Now the question's to you. Do you wage a war of action with us? Or do you wage a war of apathy? Sit idly beside and do nothing about it? Because this is what happens.
Introducing first, the challengers, at a combined weight of 403 pounds, representing No Remorse Corps, the team of Rocky Romero, and the FIP World Heavyweight Champion, Roderick Strong.
The ROH World Tag Team titles on the line. Jay and Mark, the Briscoe brothers, to defend against the No Remorse core of the FIP World Heavyweight Champion Roderick Strong and Rocky Romero.
Todd Sinclair calls for the opening bell, and it's going to be Mark Briscoe starting things off against Rocky Romero. Mark Briscoe back in action, says he's about 90% after being out of action, suffering a dislocated foot in that motorcycle accident, but he says he's good enough to go, and the titles are on the line.
I don't think Mark Briscoe really cares what percent he's at. He always gives 110, 120% during his matches. Injury or not, he takes the risks necessary, puts his body on the line in order to successfully retain those tag team titles each and every time out.
Stepping on the back of the leg is Romero, trying to free himself from the side headlock, does so. As the arm trap now of Mark Briscoe, taking him off his feet, looking to go for the cross arm breaker right away.
Mark Briscoe realizing that, trying to maneuver his way to the ropes. He does, forces a break of the hold. Both men back to a standing position. Greco-Roman knuckle lock as Mark Briscoe grabs the waist lock on Rocky Romero. Into the full Nelson he goes. Rocky breaks free. Into the hammerlock goes Mark Briscoe as Rocky reaches back, grabs hold of the head, delivers elbows to the side of the head, and turns into a hammerlock of his own.
Series of holds and reversals. And Romero goes to the octopus now, has Mark tied up and drives the elbow right into the rib cage.
While flexing as well.
But Mark, with an elbow shot of his own, frees himself, backs Romero to the ropes and sends him off. He tosses him down to the canvas into a head scissors. Nip up right back to his feet. Arm drag by Rocky. Side headlock takeover by Mark. Head scissors by Rocky. Nip up by Mark. Both men back to their feet. Bipasso. And a knee strike connects right to the chest. And Romero quickly goes to the corner.
A great wrestling exchange between Mark Briscoe and Rocky Romero here in the early going, and it was Mark Briscoe getting the advantage at the end. These fans get behind the Briscoes. And in comes Jay. Of course, the Age of the Fall certainly have their sights set on the ROH World Tag Team titles and the Briscoes, because they are the ones that hold those belts, and the belts mean having all the power here in ROH.
And it means another way for them to get their message out, the revolution, not a faction, but a revolution, so they can have a platform to spread whatever it is they want to spread, I guess.
Their message, Jimmy Jacobs, the Necro Butcher, and Tyler Black, along with Lacey. As now it's Roderick Strong tagged into the match. It looks like he and Jay Briscoe are going to go at it. It's Roderick Strong, as I mentioned, the FIP World Heavyweight Champion, closing in on 1 year of being FIP World Champion. And how about the comments he made back in Las Vegas to Nigel McGuinness, saying that the FIP World title means more than Nigel's reign here as ROH World Champion. I guess it's just because Nigel's has only begun.
Well, certainly a great accomplishment on the part of Roderick Strong, being the FIP World Heavyweight Champion for a year, really elevating that title within the sport of pro wrestling to heights it had never reached before, but really trying to take the air out of Nigel's celebration. It was right before Nigel's first match after winning the ROH World title, and it was really just uncalled for.
Shoulder tackle right there from Jay Briscoe as he steps over Roderick Strong. Leapfrog from Strong. And a head scissors from Jay Briscoe. That heel kick connects as well.
Quickly drags Strong back into his corner and tags in Mark. Uppercut to the ribcage. Very effective right hand to the point of the jaw as well. Shoulder blocks in the corner. Driving Strong repeatedly into the buckles. Brings him out, looking for a suplex attempt here, but Strong puts on the brakes. And a knee right to the point of the jaw. Sends him down to the canvas.
He had to fight for it, but finally gets that suplex. Frequent tags here from the Briscoes. Back in comes Mark.
That's a trademark of the Briscoes, is their frequent tags and double team moves right there. Drops down, Strong steps over, but runs right into the elbow of Jay Briscoe. And again, a 2 count. Chin breaker. Able to free himself and make the tag to Romero.
Kicking away at the shoulder. Rocky Romero with the overhand chop. But Jay Briscoe firing back.
Not backing down either, man. Overhand chops. Back and forth they go.
Who's going to budge? Who's going to go down? Neither man. As Rocky Romero driven headfirst into the turnbuckle, and now both of the Briscoes going to work on Romero. Double teamwork, suplex, knee drop combination. Lateral press.
Up the leg, but Romero able to get the shoulder up at 2. Mark back to his feet. Headbutt drives Romero down into the corner. And Mark showing no ill effects of the injury suffered in that accident. He seems 100%.
Well, he's always shown that he can fight through pain and continue to do battle. And he's doing just that here. But Rocky Romero staying on his feet, trying to hold on to the waist lock. Backs himself into the corner. And Roderick Strong chopping away at the chest.
And again, trademark knife edge chops from Roderick Strong connecting. Irish whip to the buckle. Strong follows him in with a forearm. Drags him back to the ropes. Sends him off one more time. Great elevation on the drop kick. Does not hook the leg, and Mark Briscoe gets the shoulder up.
Strong driven into the corner. As back in comes Jay Briscoe as they have him backed into the corner. Double chops now from both of the Briscoes. Sending Roderick across the ring. Looking for that patented double team work. But Roderick avoiding it until now. Face full of turnbuckle. And now it's both Jay and Mark going to work on Roderick Strong.
Great impact on the double team in the corner. Roderick in trouble. The crowd chants "Man up" at the World Tag Team Champs. Knife edge chop to the chest. And again by Jay, firing away on Roderick.
Back in comes Mark. Firing away at the midsection now. Well, Roderick Strong in the corner. He's got him down. Kicking away at the chest. Frequent tags from the Briscoes.
It has to be 8 or 9 tags by the Briscoes in the last several minutes. Roderick knows he has to get out of there. Drives him all the way into the corner, and Romero does tag in. Kicking away at the legs.
Well, he knew what a dangerous position he was in, got himself out of the ring, and now it's Romero. Another strike exchange here with Jay Briscoe.
First one didn't go so well. We'll see how the second one goes.
Big forearm from Jay Briscoe off the ropes, but knee right to the midsection as Rocky Romero knocks Mark off the apron to the floor as well.
Turns his attention right back to Jay, scoops him up. Slams him in the center, hits the ropes. Great elevation on the knee drop, down across the chest. Jay able to power out at 2. Brought back to his feet, measured with a forearm. And Jay gets backed into the corner of the No Remorse Core.